What's up, world? And welcome back to another thrilling edition of Cooking with Chef. Of course, I am your host, Chef. You already know that. Before we get to the business of talking about the Lions and the Miami Dolphins, let's get to the business of liking and subscribing. Let's tell everybody. Tell your friends, tell your friends' friends, tell your friends' friends' friends, tell your friends' friends' friends to tell their friends' friends' friends. Tell everybody what we're doing here. We're trying to go to the top, building this thing from the ground up. So let's get it in. All right. So Lions, Dolphins. A couple of years ago, this game would have been the Dysfunction Bowl. Both of these franchises in recent years have been very dysfunctional, but unfortunately for us, the Detroit Lions are still dysfunctional while the Miami Dolphins seem to be pointed up. So, okay, maybe that's a little bit of a mischaracterization. Okay, maybe we give this regime a chance like we have been doing. Maybe they're not dysfunctional. They're just trying to get some talent around the roster because we don't have a whole lot of that, right? But the Miami Dolphins have made some big moves. They got Tyreek Hill this year. They already had Jalen Waddle. They already drafted Tua as the quarterback of the future. We're looking to do the same thing. Hopefully, it's Bryce Young. Guys, do not be fooled. Do not be fooled by C.J. Stroud. If he is the next great Ohio State quarterback, he's the first great Ohio State quarterback. Let that sink in. All these years, not really any great quarterbacks coming out of that university. It is the system. They've been running the same system for a number of years. It produces really good looking college quarterbacks. Then we saw someone like Justin Fields. All right. Have you guys seen Justin Fields over there in Chicago? He ain't looking too good. Justin Fields is looking shaky, baby. Okay, so he's not looking too good. We don't want that to happen in Detroit. So Bryce Young, come on down. Come on down, Bryce Young. All right. So I know that Alabama doesn't have a whole history of great quarterbacks, but come on now. I mean, Mac Jones did pretty well his rookie year. I mean, everybody has a sophomore slump, so we're not, really worried about that. He made the Pro Bowl his rookie year. I mean, did Justin Fields make the Pro Bowl? Yeah, just anybody? Yeah. No, I'm looking around for someone to tell me that Justin Fields made the Pro Bowl. Now I know the Pro Bowl in recent years it's not what it used to be, but it's still an accolade. I mean, instead of people just saying, he sucks, like that's what they're saying about Justin Fields. Until this one fluky win against the New England Patriots. Anyway. Bryce Young, if you have family in Detroit, go visit them, call them, talk to them about Detroit. If you don't have any family in Detroit, if you don't have any friends in Detroit, you need to make some friends. You need to make some friends. Go down there when you're not preparing for a game, when you have some free time, some downtime, go down, or I should say actually go up to Detroit because you're already pretty far down in Alabama. But go up to Detroit, make some friends, take some tours, visit some places, Cobo Hall, Ford Field. I mean, this is going to be your home, hopefully, for the next, 10, 15, 20 years, however long you play. Hopefully we'll hit a home run, knock it out of the park, draft you, first, second overall, whatever the case may be. And then, get to it because Jared Goff, unfortunately, has played his way out of Detroit. Now, Jared, as I've told you before, you do not have to go home, but you got to get the hell up out the starting position. You understand what I'm saying? Go ahead to the bench, bruh. It's fine. It is fine. People go to the bench every day. People go to the bench every day. It's not a bad thing. I'm not telling you got to get out of Detroit, Jared. Happy to have you on the team, but I can't have you starting no more. Not at all. Okay, you've reverted back to last year's Jared Goff, and that was a disaster. And this year, you're starting to look like a disaster. I mean, those picks, I have no idea what you were doing, and no one else has any idea what you were doing. But anyway, so this game It's not looking good for us, guys. I mean, we have all types of injuries. We've got, like, our entire secondary is injured. I mean, I know we got Jerry Jacobs back last week, but, Jerry Jacobs was rusty, right? Because he hadn't played football in quite some time. All right. So now we're missing Deshaun Elliott, and we were already short at safety. So we're going to have Kirby Joseph filling in once again. Kirby Joseph is a rookie. He has been doing well and making some improvements, but he's still a rookie. So, he's going to make rookie mistakes. And unfortunately, we've got Tyreek Hill coming in this week. Did I say that? Did I mention that already? We've got Tyreek Hill coming in this week. The receiver who is so fast, he's known as the cheetah. Let that sink in. And imagine this secondary versus someone who's known as the cheetah. That doesn't sound too... it doesn't sound too positive. It doesn't sound too uplifting. An injured secondary versus a cheetah? That just doesn't sound fair. It doesn't. And I think that we're going to get a dose of unfairness this week. I think we would need a miracle of God to win this football game. A miracle of God to win this football game. I don't see the chance that we stand, especially if we have to rely on this defense, especially if our offense cannot get out of the 2-week funk that we've been in. I mean, we haven't scored a touchdown in technically 3 weeks because, the bye week was in the middle. But we haven't scored a touchdown in 2 games. And we started off as the number 1 offense in the league. For the first few weeks of the season, I mean, we were averaging 35, 36 points a game. I mean, we were giving up more than what we were averaging, but that's not the point. The point is that the offense has been bad. Now, the reason that the offense has been bad, or one of the reasons that the offense has been bad, is because we didn't have our top playmakers. But good news, DeAndre Swift is coming back. Amon-Ra St. Brown is coming back. I mean, he was back last week, but then he suffered a concussion really early in the game. I mean, Josh Reynolds is feeling good, better than he has been in a while. But unfortunately, DJ Chark, was recently placed on IR. So our receiving core is not up to snuff. It's not up to par. It's not fully go. We haven't signed anybody. We haven't made any trades. Brandon Cooks is available. The Texans are listening. I heard that DJ Moore is not available, even though people are calling the Panthers. But Brandon Cooks is available. We're not on the phone calling for Brandon Cooks. We're not willing to give anything up. We're not willing to give anything up because we feel that draft capital is the most important. And I guess to a certain extent, to some degree, it is for a rebuilding football team. So, Jameson Williams looking like he still needs about a month of rehab. So we might not see him too much this season. He might get in about 5 games, So it's time for him to be calling Bryce Young. I hope Jameson, that you're calling Bryce, welcoming him to the team, letting him know about all the great things that go on in Detroit off the football field, because you can't tell somebody great things are happening on the football field, because if anybody has eyes, they can see that great things are not happening on the football field. I mean, they're fighting, they're clawing, they've got grit, they're tenacious, they got a lot of tenacity going on, but there's not a whole lot of winning happening. And that's actually a good thing as a rebuilding team, especially when you're trying to get your quarterback of the future I mean, Hard Knocks had people thinking that this team was about to win like 7, 8, 9, 10 games and make the playoffs. And frankly, I'm glad that that hasn't happened to this point. Frankly, I'm glad that Jared Goff has shown his true colors so that we can understand that rip up the contract or don't rip it up. Again, I'm not calling for Jared Goff's job. I'm not that kind of guy. I'm not doing that to Jared. All right? Jared just needs to be on the bench. He needs to be the starting second string quarterback. You understand what I'm saying? Starting second string. Let that sink in. Okay, I need Jared Goff next year to have the same stats for the Detroit Lions as I'm going to have. Okay? We need to have identical stats, Jared, next year. That's what I need. That's what I want to see. Okay? This week, like I said, man, I don't have a whole lot of hope that we're not going to get shredded. Okay? I feel like we're going to get shredded and we're going to get shredded early. Again, miracle from God to win this football game. All right? So, I'm going to see you guys tomorrow, hopefully after the game. Hopefully, you know, I'll have the same sunny disposition as I have right now. Also, if you want to see the halftime report that I'm going to give, talking about all the great things that have happened in the first half and the adjustments that we need to make, some of the things that I saw, which probably some of the things that you guys saw, make sure that you follow me on TikTok. That's Chef's NFL Takes. TikTok. Also, if you want to follow my tweets during the game, that's going to be Pone Juice the Chef. That's the same name as this channel, right? Pone Juice the Chef on TikTok.
Twitter.
All right. So I'll be live tweeting the game, talking about all the things that I see, giving my opinion right as it happens. Damn, that was a horrible call on 3rd and 7. Why did you do a Jared Goff quarterback sneak or, you know, some crazy play that they're going to do on 3rd and 7 like they did last week? But anyway, guys, that is it for me. And until next time, peace.